Welcome back, everybody, to episode 4 of our All of Fabric modded Minecraft series. Today I'm going to get started on doing some technology stuff, and our first mod I've decided that I want to work on with technology is Modern Industrialization. We have a big quest tree to follow for all of it. I got the book to start working on it, which gives us some information about things, how to get started and all those things. It's a mod that I've never used before, so that's why I chose it to be our first technology in this mod pack, because I'm very curious to try something that I haven't tried before. Where did this little guy go? Oh, here he is. One thing I did find when I was working on this is that this goblin trader, for 1 piece of raw iron, gives 2 iron ingots. So I got a whole bunch of that, and I used it to make an iron hammer. The iron hammer is from the Vanilla Hammers mod, and it'll let you mine in a 3x3. So I'm going to do some branch mining, see what we can find. I'm here on level 16, which I believe should be the best place to get large clumps of iron. We'll see, but I'll come back to you once I have collected some resources and we have everything we need to get started on doing some modern industrialization. I didn't stick with it long, but branch mining, not the way to go. Caving, I'm finding all kinds of resources. I decided to pop in to show this area. This is where I got attacked by Knight's friend the dragon in the last episode. Doesn't seem to be around anymore, but this is a neat little area that was just here. It's got furnace, which I'm stealing. It also has an anvil, which I'm stealing. It has a bunch of coal, flint, which is all right, an iron pick and a diamond pick. Some paper, and these are the loot chests that I was talking about the last time. They're pretty neat for multiplayer, so more than one person can loot it. Same with these barrels. I'm gonna steal this candle. I don't know what you are, but you're coming with me. I want to know what happens when I break these. Do I just get a regular barrel? Oh no, breaking the chest will delete your unique loot. I don't know what this chest. In order to break, you must sneak while doing so. Okay. Taking this bed, and stealing this campfire. Though that just gives me the charcoal back, which is all I wanted anyway. But it's a neat little thing to find. The cave also has tons of ores all around, but I am going through and lighting up first, because I do not want any pesky dragons spawning behind me and attacking me again. I set up our dank to pick up all the blocks that we're mining that are not ores. I'm probably going to set up another one to keep all the ores in. One that I could do compression on, which would be pretty cool. I upgraded it to the 2nd level using the redstone. So the next level after that is the gold one, so I have to get a bunch of gold, which will take a while. But I've also been using my backpack to store tools in, which is really helpful. I'm gonna put the diamond one away for now. I keep like supplies to make torches and all my extra tools in. Really fancy, really helpful. Now I can carry a bed, my anvil around. I'll put that candle in there, why not? But so I'm just gonna go around and collect some more resources and get all the things we need. I'm grabbing a bunch of copper because I know I need copper, but also I can make tools out of copper. They're not quite as good as iron tools, but they definitely do the trick. So if I get a large amount of copper, I may do some of those. But I'm basically just grabbing all the ores I can find, because I'm not sure what I'm going to need. And like I said, as I go, I will figure out what all things we get commonly while caving, and I can make storage for them so that I can make my mining go even faster. So I'll come back once I have finished exploring this whole cave, hopefully without being murdered by a dragon. So I have collected quite a bit of resources. A couple stacks of iron. Looks like 2.5. A little bit of gold. Some redstones with coal. All kinds of stuff. Lots of blocks. I'm ready to go back. Start building stuff. Only I can't remember how to get out of this stupid cave. It's making me sad. But I'll find my way. I'll find my way somehow. But as soon as we do, I can start getting into some technology finally. I think that it was this way. Try to look at the map above me to give me some indication. But I just don't see it. So, as soon as I find my way out of the cave that I've been lost in for God knows how long, I'll come back. I have returned from my mining trip, my extended caving, and I brought back quite a bit of goodies. A lot of iron. Brought back a bunch of other miscellaneous bits and bobs, and my tank is full of ores. Bunch of different stuff. Ton of copper. May use that for some tools. But first thing I'm going to do with Modern Industrialization, if we look at our quest book, is to do a poor man's compressor, the Forage Hammer. So the Forage Hammer requires a good bit of iron and iron blocks to make. But the Forage Hammer is used to get us more ore, more ingots per ore. So let's craft it up. So to do it, I need to make 5 iron blocks. And then they go up top. Basically an anvil with 2 extra blocks of iron added onto it. And so for now, we're going to put this over in this corner, next to our furnaces. Okay, so let me see how this works. We need to make an iron hammer, which requires iron plates, which requires these iron plates. Oh, I see. I need to put these in. Okay, cool. So 2 ingots makes 1 iron plate. So to make one of these, I need to make 5. So let's get a few more pieces of iron cooking up. I'm trying to very carefully only make as many as I need, because I do not want to waste the extra iron by just smelting it when I can get a better ratio for them with the Forage Hammer, which is here. So once I have a tool plus the raw iron ore, I get an extra iron dust out of it. So that's our first ore doubling recipe. So I'll come back once I have a hammer ready and I have turned this iron into extra iron. While I was waiting on some iron to cook up so that we could progress, I noticed that the reward for the Forge Hammer was actually an iron hammer. So I used that to make our first bronze by combining copper, let me bring it up, copper and tin dust that we made with the hammer. So now we have some bronze. I also, while looking through, realized that we really needed to get some more resources so that we could progress, because we definitely need diamonds and things like that. So we're going to continue on with the quests here. I think I'm going to actually try to make the steam mining drill, because it doesn't look like it's too difficult of a recipe. It uses some iron, some diamonds, and some copper. I'm not quite sure what we need to make these yet. I think we can make them in the Forage Hammer. So I'm going to get all the parts together to make the steam mining drill, and then I'll come back. We've been working through a lot of the different steps to get to our copper drill head. Copper drill head requires all these different parts. So right now I'm working on the gears, which require even more parts. So I have, let me bring up my crafting table. If we put this through, now we can make these 2 copper gears. We still need 3 more bolts. We have just enough. And then we need to make 2 curved plates and 1 more plate. So the curved plates can be made. If we put a hammer in here, it's always a better recipe. So not in this case, but that's fine. And then we need 1 more copper plate. So that should give us everything we need to craft a copper drill head. And then our goal is to make the steam mining drill. I've already prepped diamonds, furnaces, iron plates, and the bucket. So all we need to do is craft it. And there we go. We got a steam mining drill. So the reward for that is a water bucket and some coke. Interesting. So steam mining drill says so you can use it to obtain the ores directly without needing a silk touch pickaxe. Okay. And so this is asking us to get 64 lignite coal. I wonder if it's going to make me mine more, or if the fact that I have these will count. Good, that did count. So let's take our reward from that. And we're going to put this stuff back away. There we go. So now we have the steam mining drill. That when we go back to go mining some more, we'll definitely have some fun with that. The next step we want to make is our wrench. Wrench is just bronze plates. Bronze plates can be made in the Forage Hammer by taking 1 bronze ingot to make each one. So we need a total of 6. So what we're going to do is take... Oh, I put our jewels over here now. I used to have all of our ores over here. I moved them over here. So I have a chest to put all of our ores and our metals in when we're not using them. And then I have another barrel for our modern industrialization stuff. Eventually I'm going to go build a building for it, but I just want to get some of the blocks made so I know exactly how much space I'm going to need before I start designing a building. So the next thing we needed was the bronze plates. So the bronze we have in here. I need 6 bronze plates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. And then if we craft, that was just like this. Oops. Okay, so we get a random reward for that. Dirt. Oh, wonderful. That's a great reward. Now, fluid transportation. So Modern Industrialization has its own fluid pipes. So, they're complicated to make too. But we need to do a bunch of bronze, copper, and glass for that. See how much it takes to make these bronze curved plates. So if I do them just like that, it's 1-to-1. Does the hammer help with that at all? No. I think I needed 6. I hope that's how many I needed, because that's how many I made. Yep, 6, and then we need to make 2 copper rotors. Let's add them to our list. We actually finished this, we finished this, and we finished this. I still have the backpack up there I want to work on, but I haven't gotten around to it, so that's staying in our list. To make the copper rotors, we need copper rings, copper blades, so a lot of copper. So let's go through. I'm going to go through and I'm going to make a checklist of all the things we need to craft and get the bronze together to make it, and then we'll come back once we have everything we need to make the next step. One of the ingredients we needed to work on our fluid pipes was some sand to make some glass, and so I thought it was a good time to try out the steam mining drill. So first step you have to do with this mining drill is fill it with water, which you can do by just right-clicking on some still water. You can see it now has water in it, and if you want to refuel it, you just right-click on it with some fuel and it adds it into the drill. So then when you use it, you can use it on stone or you can use it on soft materials like sand and dirt, and it mines in a 3x3 area. So we're going to use this to collect a whole bunch of sand for us here, and then we're going to take that back and use it to make some glass, which we'll use for the fluid pipes. But I wanted you to see how the drill works since we spent so much time getting it made. So I'll be back in a minute when I have everything else together. Rest assured, after I got all the sand, I did fix up this area a little bit, so we didn't just completely destroy our area. Uh-oh, I'm getting attacked by phantoms. It's not slept recently. I also did a quick breeding on our cows while we were here, but we're gonna quick run inside where it's safe. I guess when you spend all your time underground mining, you forget that you need to sleep. So we got a bunch of sand. We're gonna cook some of that up into glass. While we do that, we'll look to see what the next steps are to make the fluid pipes. I'm using tiny coal, which is such a great thing. You just take coal and it breaks down into tiny pieces of coal, and then each one burns one item, which makes things very efficient and makes me very happy. I need to grab a little more of it. You know, I think I have some in my backpack too. Yeah. Perfect. We were cooking up a bunch of our ores here so that we could just keep moving along with things. So let's grab a bunch of those out and fill up our furnaces while we're at it. But yeah, I do really like the tiny coal because it makes things much more efficient and you're not wasting coal. Not that coal's too hard of a resource to find, but early game everything is hard to find. So let's throw all of our ores in here. Okay, so our next step was the fluid pipes. So I'm gonna bookmark this recipe. For that we need to make bronze curve plates. We already have the copper rotor and the glass planes are being cooked. So for the rotor, I need rings, blades, and bolts. So I need to make 2 rotors, so I need 2 rings. We'll start with that. So let's grab some copper. And so if we take our hammer and our copper, make rings, we get 2 rings. That's perfect. Let me put a few of these plants and stuff away. Just miscellaneous things we picked up while we were out mining or collecting sand. Okay, so our next step, we got the rings we need. To make 2 rotor blades, we need 4 copper blades, which are made with copper. Oh, each one makes 4. So we need 2 curve plates and a rod. And that's for 4 of them. So we need to make this recipe twice. So we need 4 curve plates, 2 rods. So we'll go back in here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then 2 rods. My crafting table. We craft these up. we'll do that to make 8. That makes those done. The next step is these copper bolts. We need a total of 8. Copper bolts are the same way. We just select those here like that, and we make 8. And now we should have everything we need to make 2 copper blades, or copper rotors, I mean. So those are done. So to make fluid pipes, we also need 6 bronze curved plates. So let's grab, oh no, we already made those. We just need to get the glass. Let's grab some glass, make that into some glass panes, and we'll get some fluid pipes made up, which will finish another quest off for us. So let's grab our reward, which is red dye. So now the next step that we're going to start working on, and this is going to take quite a bit of time because there's a lot of things to make, is all these different machines. So I'm going to start with the bronze macerator, I think. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to take that recipe and mark it. Let's take these 2 off. We're going to need gears. We already have fluid pipes. We're going to have to grab a couple diamonds, and we're going to need machine casing. Machine casing isn't too complicated, but we do need to get bronze plates and bronze gears. So first, let's check to see what's our diamond status at. We still have 7, so using 2 for this is not too bad. So that's that. Then we need to make 3 copper gears, which again are pretty complicated. So you can see it's just a big repeat of things. I'm gonna make actually a bit more than I need of things so that I have extras. We'll do this recipe. Oh, we can't shift it in. That's all right. I may actually have some of this stuff in here. Let's grab that. So then we need to make copper plates. It's the last step we need to make for the copper gears. Oh, we're out of hammer. So now let's take a look at our hammers. I wouldn't mind making a diamond hammer because it would last a lot longer, but the diamond hammers take diamond plates. Diamond plates take 1 diamond each, and we would need a compressor to make it. And so that's not going to be an option. Steel, we have not quite gotten into yet. Not even sure how to make that, so we're just gonna have to stick with an iron hammer for now. So let me get another iron hammer made up. Should have made more iron plates before I ran out of. So iron hammers before I ran out of a hammer, because it's much more efficient, but it didn't. So to make an iron hammer, I need 5 large iron plates, which is 20 iron plates. So we have 4. And there's our 20. So then we will craft those into large iron plates. Oh, they're already on me. We need a stick or 2 and another one of these. So now that we have finished making that, I think the first thing we should do is, because it takes so much iron to make those, let's make another one ahead of time. And so every time we go to use a new hammer, the first thing we'll do is make another hammer. Okay. Because that used half the amount of iron to make the hammer this time. Put one of these away. Okay, so back to what we were doing. We need to make copper plates. And let me think about this. How many do I need? I need to make 3 copper gears, so that's 12 plates. I have 4, so I just need 8 more. And then we can make our copper gears. And then to make the next step, we need a bronze machine casing, which is bronze gears and bronze plates. I know for a fact I'm not going to have enough bronze for all of this, but let's see how what the gear ratios are. Okay, so let's check out our bronze. We have 27. Let's put some of this stuff away. So to make bronze gear, and I just need 1 of these, I'm going to need 4 bronze bolts. Excellent, that gives me 4. I'm going to need 1 bronze ring. I'm going to need 4 bronze plates. And then for the casing itself, I'm going to need 8 bronze plates. So now I need 12 bronze plates. Actually, I'm going to have enough to make this machine casing, which is pretty excellent. Okay, so if I did everything correctly there, we should be able to... Oh, I need to craft the gear first. And then we'll be able to craft the machine casing. So let's take all those off. And then we should be able to craft a bronze macerator. Excellent. Our first modern industrialization machine is finished. Magnetic cupronickel wire. Okay. I don't know what that's used for, but... So that's going to be the first machine that we start off on here. The nice thing about the macerator is that when we go to make ores, we can actually use a macerator now. So using a powered macerator, we get 150% of the raw gold. So what we were currently getting was we would get 3 to 4. So that's an increase of 33%. This is actually a little bit more. So once we can get this macerator down and figure out how to get it powered, we'll be able to produce even more from our raw materials. So I think that's going to call it for this episode. We got quite a bit done, and it's very complicated stuff. But in the next episode, I'm going to take a break from the technology stuff, because when I was mining, I had a lot of difficulty dealing with food, and I really want to get into working on the sandwichables mod and getting some crops grown so that we can make some food that'll last really, really well when we go to do things like mining and stuff like that. So the next episode, we're going to focus entirely on getting better food. Hope you enjoyed watching the episode. Let me know if you have any comments or feedback on things you'd like to see, and we'll hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.